Welcome to the Doublemint Cup series here. We're down at Brazil, we're at Rio Oval basically. Green flag is out. Kyle Keith was on the pole here. As we're green here, already you can see Eric Rodriguez going 3 wide down into turn number 1. Close racing already here. Drivers looking for every spot they can gain here on lap number 1. A very important first lap for several drivers here as they're going to try and move up to the front quickly. Lolitas NASCAR was close to beating JT Bryant last time, and here comes Hartnett, her teammate on the inside, can't quite do it. Stuart Haas running very well, all 4 cars running in the top 10 as the caution is out already. A big crash. Donald Trump and Chuck Petty and couple cars are... Wow, lots of cars are wrecked, both the Penske cars. So, big crash on lap number 1 has brought out our first caution here today, as we'll take a look at the replay as your leader is Kyle Keith. So they were all gathered up, and looks like Trump slides up into Richard Johnson. A hard impact for the 33 as you see everybody stacking up back there. There you see JT Bryant, our winner from Calder, and DJ Kurz hits Sam. Sam goes for a wild ride here and then hits that wall. Ends up on his roof here. Here's another view here. Watch, there you see the 47 hooks the 33 in the wall. Everybody trying to slow down. And you can just see how many cars are spinning. Everybody piling into each other. No place to go whatsoever. And lots of good cars are taken out early on lap number 1. And wow, it's going to be a lot of cars going to have to be repaired after that one. We'll take you back to the restart. As the green flag is back in the air, Manuel Hartnett leads him down. Will Goss, his teammate, in second. And there you see O'Neal Baldwin diving to the inside. He's going to make a gutsy move to the inside in turn number 1. He will pass the 41. Zach Buchanan follows. And we know who's fast in this field. Hartnett's had a bad season so far. I think a win in his belt would really help him. Buchanan has been dominant in the points right now. Hasn't won a race surprisingly. So he's wanting to get that race win in and not really have to worry from here on out. So everybody else, if you're wondering, looks like everybody else is pretty secure at where they're at as of the moment. But Hartnett has a commanding lead over O'Neal Baldwin, Mo Goss, and Zach Buchanan. There's Parker Brown. He's won a race before. He won at the Netherlands a while back. And he's looking to get his second win. There you see a couple other drivers that are in the mix as well. Eric Rodriguez is in danger of not making the chase due to the amount of winners in this series right now. He is trying to move up in points and hope for see others do bad in points, so I think Rodriguez might not make the chase due to the amount of winners in this series. Meanwhile, there you see the 7 going 3 wide in turn number 1 underneath Buchanan and Mark Cavagnaro. And there you see Michael there on the inside trying to follow and take advantage. Hartnett still remains in the lead. Goss in second, Baldwin third, Caitlin Doherty fourth, and Buchanan in fifth. So 3 of the Haas cars running in the top 5. If you're wondering where the 10 is, the 10 I think may have experienced some problems in pit lane, and that's why she's so far in the back. So strategy isn't the best for her as of the moment, but she's trying to get back up to the top 10. Trying to get on Rancho Cucamonga for position. Cucamonga hasn't had the best. He's in mid-pack most of the race. He's in the wall there. Hit the tires just slightly. They're not too bad. But here the rest of the field kind of just jerking back. So a lot of them are continuing to struggle throughout this race. The cam here is very, very neat to watch actually, this camera view. The 7 having a bit of a run on the 41. We're going to have a battle for the second position here. Doherty's got a run. Down and they come into turn number 1. Doherty's gonna get the advantage here. Here she comes down the inside of Goss, clears him. Goss looks like he may fall back just a bit because here comes Balvin. Balvin's actually run very well in points. I mentioned he was doing bad earlier in the season, and he's actually done a great job to recover from those stumbles he's had. And a good run for him is fine enough. But they want to win so bad. That 5 car is very strong. One of the fastest cars here. The 7 actually has a faster car than the 4 as of the moment. One guy I don't really mention a lot is Connor Breton. Breton, you saw him actually finish second a couple times. He was second at Kentucky, I believe, and second at Michigan. And he's been close to winning. He hasn't had the best of luck either. So we expect some drivers to get good recoveries, whether they make the chase or not. The 4 car still remains in the race lead there. Battle for 3rd position between the Haas teammates there. Buchanan is going to clear Goss for position. The 10 car has made her way back up into this field and is still in contention to win. We're going to see the 4 ran a 41.8, 41.8 there, 41.7 by Zach Buchanan, so that 14 is a bit faster that lap. But I mean, that 10 car getting around the 5 here, looks like she's going to get the spot. Here comes Rodriguez down the inside. Rodriguez is trying to aim for consistency now. That and another win, because if he gets a second win, he is pretty much good. Really, if you get 2 wins in this at the moment, you are immediately locked in. If you're a win and you're pretty far down points, you better look out because you're in the danger zone. I believe the chase spots are almost out. If not, then we're really close then. There's the pole sitter, the 42 running in the top 10. They are 3 wide. Rancho Cucamonga leading the inside here down into turn number 3. At least here they come, but he backs off. At least this is... yeah, they're getting close there. As you can see, this field is still in a blanket of cars as Zach Buchanan now has a run on the number 7. Battle heats on. Actually, we're going to still focus on this 14. Backs off here. Rodriguez trying to get under the 5. And gets the run and passes the 5 with ease. A bit of a battle back here, a bit of a scramble for a top 25 spot here. Or actually 26 on back. Tim Smith had gotten in that wreck just slightly, and he is running decently solid. Not the best of runs for Tim Smith right now. There is the Brazil winner. Or not the Brazil, but the Calder, the Australian winner, JT Bryan. He got in that wreck. You saw him get turned on lap number 1, and he has struggled ever since then. But here comes the 7, the battle for the race lead. Doherty to the inside. Will he clear him out of turn number 2? It looks like it's going to work here. So the 7 is now your race leader here. The 4 now shuffled to second. But here comes the 4 down the inside into turn number 3. This is going to get intense here. Hartnett fighting back immediately, trying to get the lead out of 4. As once they cross the line, it's going to be a drag race here. And I think the 4 still... nope, the 7 leads the lap, the outside run here. Here comes the 10. 3 wide. Here comes Lily. Makes it 3 wide. And sticks it. And she's going to get the second position away. So the Haas cars are absolutely flying in this race today. Eric Rodriguez has now made his way into the top 5. Now aiming for more positions as Lily still battling for the second position. Here comes Buchanan down the inside of the 77. That 10 car is a bullet out there. The Aspen Dental Chevrolet, they've done some great adjustments to the 10. They were a bit far back in the top 10 earlier, but now they're up here in second position. Here comes the 77 and the 7. 3 wide on the 10, they get around Lily. They all ganged up on her just like that. And Rodriguez now to the second position. Doherty now in third, but Doherty's not going to let Eric hold on to second for much longer, as here they come into turn number 3 and out of 4. And but what a run. This 4 car is absolutely fast out there. Rodriguez has actually one of the fastest cars on the track. The fastest lap he's run is a 41.3, a phenomenal lap by the number 77 Riot Ford. Down the inside, Eric Rodriguez goes to the race lead. He immediately clears the 4. That 77 car, having that Penske affiliated engine, very fast in the grid. Battle for third yet again, and the battle for at least fifth here between Michael Cavagnaro and Vic Hannon. They back off immediately. Lily heads to the inside into 3. And let's see if the 7 gets the run off. She will get the run off there. But Rodriguez is now your new leader here. The 7 took the lead earlier, now the 77 has. So this 4 car can be challenged. So we're going to see how the cars act in the run. Wondering where everybody else went. There's a battle back here between Turner and Alan Cavagnaro. Turner trying to get another solid top 20 run in. So I mean, that's all he really needs at the moment. As long as he doesn't drop too far down in chase grid wise, but he's pretty much fine no matter what. Like I've mentioned in all the other races he's wrecked in. Lily on the inside passes the 18, Buchanan pouncing on him. Really all the Stewart-Haas guys, like I've mentioned, are all in the top 10, so a spectacular run for the team. That's a good sign for them to see. But Rodriguez looks like he may be slowly pulling away from the number 4 here. The Hunt Brothers Chevrolet may be fading off in this run. "38 cars remain on the lead lap here on lap number 20 out of 50. We still have a few laps until halfway here. Rodriguez in the lead. Hartnett second. Doherty third. Lily Does NASCAR in fourth. Man, they have been pouncing on each other for a while now. As the 7 tries to look under the 4 there. But it looks like pit stops are about to begin here. As here comes the 7 down pit lane. Pit strategy is going to change an outcome of this race. Logan Brown comes into pit lane. But we're going to focus back on the lead here. They got around the lap car of Mark Zabeka. Lily gets around him pretty easily. As the 71 looks like he's going to stay high here. That might not help. That's going to hurt Zach Buchanan here. As Will Goss is going to get around him. 14 ducks low immediately. A bit of a risky move there because Mark was right there. But back to Eric Rodriguez here. We're going to see. And it looks like the majority of them are going to pit. 42 stays out, the 43 and the 27. A couple of others. There to see the RCR duo of the Eddington and Breton. They have stayed out as well. So now Kyle Keith is your race leader here in lap number 22. Regan Smith runs in second. He really wants a good run today. So that's really good for that team. Breton in third, Eddington in fourth. But we're going to see where pit stops are going to cycle out. Focus on the 7 here. We're going to see if she had a good pit stop or not, which is probably a most likely here. So there's the 7. We're going to see where she's going to end up here. Okay, so she's going to be a bit behind by the 18, so she's going to be in third. So the 18 with a great stop. Michael Cavagnaro had an amazing stop to his team. The Joe Gibbs race team doing a great job to the crew, but the 7 being on fresher and more cooler tires here. The 18 have just pitted, so they're going to be just as fast now. But Rodriguez still remains as your race leader. The 7 now to second position. The 22 actually she's multiple laps down, so excuse me there. There's the 42 coming down pit lane. So actually we haven't had a new leader yet, so my apologies there. But the 7 is going to have to end up cycling behind the 77. But actually the 4 is way ahead of the 77 as of the moment, so actually the 4 might cycle as the new leader, but we're gonna have to wait and see, because I may be wrong, because lots of cars have actually stayed out, so I actually may have to wait until the leaderboard up there changes, so. A couple of these cars are going to be a lap down, knowing the leaders here. So actually, this strategy may backfire for some of the leaders right now, so maybe not a good pit strategy, possibly. I still don't know who's going to be the leader at this moment, because there's so many cars that have pitted and stayed out. It's so much going on whatsoever, so we're going to pay attention to who's going to be the first car to cross the line in position number 1. So the 77, I was right, Eric Rodriguez. So I think Hartnett may have experienced a difficulty to his pit stop, so they might have received a penalty. That's why they are so far down the grid. So Hartnett, unfortunate circumstances yet again happen for the number 4 team. A fast car ends up being a waste for them. What a shame for the 4 team. Eric Rodriguez is your current race leader. Doherty in second, Michael Cavagnaro third, Regan Smith actually cycled out fourth. Someone quadruple 8 fifth, Breton 6th, Eddington, Dixon, and Turner are all running respectively 7th through 9th. And then there's Kyle Keith running well. So a couple of cars have had struggles in the pit stops. Looks like Zach Buchanan may have been one of them. So the Haas team not having the best pit strategy as of the moment. He's now running in 27th. So a lot of spots lost in that pit stop. Rodriguez looks like he pulled away there from the 7 lap traffic, using to his advantage here, because the 18 has now caught the 7. There's the 27 and the 51 closing in on each other there. This is for the 5th position here. The 27 of Breton. Good pit strategy by the RCR crew. Matt Dixon trying to get another good run in the books here. The Bass Pro machine was really solid at Calendar, and I think they had a good run as a result, so that's good for them. Jesse Turner having a solid run for once. That is a good thing to hear. Good thing to see from the 25 team. They were really fast earlier in the season, and it looks like they were in that slump again like they were at the beginning of the first few races. Eddington now in the top 10. Been quietly running around here most of the race, so it's good for him. O'Neal Malvin now in the 10th position. Another good run for him. Kyle Keith trying to gain some points, moving up in the charts here. Ramian Fisher, the Estoril winner, now in 12th, so he had a big struggle early on in the season. You saw him way far down in points, and he's made his way back up, so good recovery for Ramian Fisher this season. Back to Rodriguez, with the 7 has immediately caught him that quickly, so we know this 7 car has a lot of speed in the machine. Both are winners here. They haven't won at this track especially, but I mean, they have won a race already this season, so they're all secure in the chase. The 18 is the first guy that you might want to see actually in the spot for his first victory. But overall, looks like most of the top 5 is consisted of chasers already. Regan Smith won the Las Vegas race, passing Richard Johnson on the last lap in a dramatic finish in wild fashion. But Eric Rodriguez trying to run away from Caitlin Doherty. Doherty won the Chicagoland race. It ended under caution, but it was a win. A bit of battle for the back of the pack here. This is for the 20th position, I believe, so Unless the, actually no, this is the 21st position, because Thieves to Gall has now taken 2 spots away, but the 11 has now been in the 20th spot. Alan Cavagnaro has struggled a lot this season. That 11 team looking forward to getting their roots back up. Ben Gerhardt has been pretty quiet most of the event too. He got involved in that incident there that didn't really help him much. So he's now running in the top 20. That's really all he wants to get at the moment. So Doherty and Rodriguez have been bumper to bumper for most of this race today. They had to start their way up in the field to get around the lead there. Like I said, it's a shame for a lot of the Stewart-Haas, actually the entire Stewart-Haas brigade, because Hartnett had a penalty, as it looks like. And then where's the next guy? I mean, the 14's pretty far back, as well as the 10. So it looks like there's a lot of bad pit strategies there for the Haas team. But meanwhile, there's Turner and Dixon, both near each other as well. They have caught the 51 as it seems. The 27 and the 43 are not too far from each other. But the top two have checked out as here comes the number 7 of Doherty. Closing in on Rodriguez and down the inside she goes. Can't quite do it. Rodriguez kind of puts the block on her. So that quick lane riot car, very fast here. As the caution is out yet again, the 17 looks like him. Okay, the pace car. Okay, I mean you didn't have to do that. So the 17 looks like he might have blown up there. So Kelly O'Donoghue. So our second caution comes out after a long green flag run here. As Rodriguez looks like he may have crossed the line there. So I think they're gonna slow down here. Yep, looks like he crossed the line. So the 17 has blown up as it looks like, as we'll take a look at the instant replay with the 17's issues. As we get back to leader, there we go, so yeah. Here's Kelly O'Donoghue. He was running solidly in the top 20 and it just expired on the engine, expires on the 17. He goes to the apron, but there's already enough oil on the track and he is swerving all over the place, so the car is out of control. Looks like he might have slipped in his own oil. As watch, his car's just literally gonna stall. It's nothing, the car literally just loses power here as it blows up. And there. I don't know what he was doing though for that. He literally swerved to bring out the caution. The pace car decides to go ghost town there and become a spirit for that one moment and then break logic and come back on the track. We'll take you back to the restart. One to go signal out yet again, so we had our second caution here after a long green flag run. Warren Keith decided to stay out, I believe, and take the lead with a damage with no hood, basically. As the green flag, he's back out again. Rodriguez is going to have to do what he can to get around this 24, but don't count anybody out just yet. You can see how many cars are going to move out of line, jump out of line, and O'Neal Baldwin takes advantage of this and goes for the race lead. At 24, irritates Eric Rodriguez as the 42 is going to try and do what he can to get to the inside. Focusing on the helicopter shot here, we saw this corner, watch this section right here. We had our first caution and we might have maybe another instance of that, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Kyle Keith trying to get around the 77. The 77 is just stuck on the outside now, so he's not going to be too happy with that 24 there for holding him up there. As everybody else, you can see lead lap cars going down to the inside here as Rodriguez remains on the top side. Still stuck behind lap traffic. Rodriguez gets held up as he's going to lose a lot of positions. This is not what he needs. Right now, he's going to try and blend his line back into Eddington, and he will. But the 5 is now your race leader, O'Neal Baldwin, leading the field down. The Hendrick Motorsports car driving. The Great Clips car is just trying to pull away now at this rate. Lap cars here, that's the lap car of K-Dude. K-Dude hasn't had, ever since that barrel roll, I mean, he's just been struggling a lot this season, even with the win. Pile down the inside of the 78. The 78 is a lap car. Turner now up to third, so that restart really helped Turner here and Baldwin. A lot of drivers, but did not help the 77 or the 7. The 7 is pretty far back of in the back right now. Everybody's just scrambling for every spot they can as 3 wide action all over the place. Lots of 2 wide as well. Still trying to get around the 78. The 78 is just as fast. He's got a really good car, but again, he's a lap down, so I don't know what's the point. He maybe wants to get to the leader, but that's maybe the max you want to go for. See that 42, just really trying to get around this 78. 78's holding them up big time. If they want to get to that 5, then they have to get around the 78 here. And the 42 will clear 78, but the 78 gets the run off. Turn 4. Really a big nuisance on the track. And that is, watch that gap from the 5 on back. Down to a 1.29 second lead. Now Baldwin just pulling away, but Rodriguez is going to immediately make it 3 wide. He knows he can get around this 78, but he just has to figure out when. 78's literally like a second place car, except he is literally a lap down. A lot of the lap cars are playing nuisance and hard to get right now as Rodriguez, Turner, and Keith are literally having to work together to see what they can do to get around this 78. Rodriguez actually shortened the gap there. That's 78, and they're not going to be too happy with him. Dixon now looking under Eric Rodriguez for the second position here. Here they come. I think they really do. Yeah, they really want that 78 out of here. And the caution is out. Oh, it looks like the 24 has something to do with it. Tim Smith is involved. As the caution is out yet again, this changes absolutely everything as Baldwin had a 1.7 second lead on the field. That might help. They could use the 78 as a pick now, so anything can happen at this rate. But a late race caution comes out. Turner is pitting. Harley looks like he might have had something to do with that. We'll take a look at the replay. Oh, it's in the same corner again. Tim Smith was impatient with Lilly. They then slides up the track into Logan Brown's path and decides to spin out. Tim Smith spins out. Into the wall he goes, and that really brings out our caution. A single car wreck basically takes out. Tim Smith basically takes himself out. As we'll take you back to the restart. Ring flag back in the air. This is going to be the last restart they'll ever get to catch this 5 car. Rodriguez trying to still get around this 78. This 78, a big nuisance still. They just can't get around him. Dixon goes 3 wide to get the second position away. Rodriguez might have to back off here as Baldwin still trying to run away with this win. Lap cars are going to have to get a lot of words after this one because Rodriguez is just in the middle of a sucker hole. They finally get around the 78, but now Dixon is in the second position here. Everybody else has a full head of steam. As it's going to be 3 laps to go for O'Neal Baldwin. Everybody else scattering together, looking for the spots they can get. Buchanan has made his way back up to the top 10, finally. Rodriguez doing all he can. Dixon just as fast as the 5. He has run a lot faster than the 5. 3 wide down here. This is not going to be pretty. They back off. They decide to back off there. Dixon, very fast. He is hungry for this win. O'Neal Baldwin just as hungry as well. It's gonna be 2 laps to go for O'Neal Baldwin. 70 finally out of the way. The 7 having a problem. Unfortunately for Caitlin Doherty, it's not gonna be a good race for her. A .29 second lead Baldwin has over Dixon. Dixon hoping for the 5 to make a mistake here. Eric Rodriguez slowly dropping back, but the 46 is on the inside of him. As here they come, coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for O'Neal Baldwin in the number 5. There's the 46 looking on the inside of Eric Rodriguez for the 3rd position. Dixon doing all he can. I don't think he really has the momentum at the moment, so there's nothing Dixon can do unless the 5 makes a mistake, but that is less likely going to happen as it's single file most of the field down. Into the final corners here. Baldwin has only 1 more corner to go. And he's gonna nail the corner just fine. And out of turn number 4, O'Neal Baldwin is going to punch. Looks like he's going to. Yes, he will. He's going to punch his ticket in and win here at Rio. Great run for O'Neal Baldwin. The late race caution came out for him. And he took advantage of that, and he is now a winner here in the Doublemint Cup Series. And you can see definitely close off there. Dixon ends up just short. There is canceling. Eric Rodriguez had the most dominant car today and did not win. That is a big disappointment for the 77 team. They were so close. There's everybody else. Just wow, that was quite a good race to watch for the lead earlier on, and it wasn't that disappointing. It kind of was, but man, what a turn of events there. And oh wow, some contact back there, and that's not gonna be pretty. Both the H. Scott cars literally just wrecked in that pit lane. Race is over though, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Here are your results here from 1st through 28th. O'Neal Baldwin obviously won the race, so he was running well in points, and that's what he needs. And here are the rest. The only 38 cars actually remain in the race, so a very small amount of cars that actually wrecked out of this one. But man, a good race for a lot of drivers today that needed the runs, but some are still continuing to struggle today. But congratulations to O'Neal Baldwin on his victory here, as we'll take you to the full standings shortly after.
In a conch